between the South Sea and the Indian Oceans. Based on the latest United Nations, the current population of Singapore is 5.8 million people. The total land area of Singapore is 700 km per square. The Prime Minister of Singapore in 2019 is Lee Hsien Loong since 2004. The economy of Singapore is highly developed free market economy. Singapore economy is most open in the world with low tax rate. Export are the major sources of revenue that allow them to buy resources that they do not own. They rely on a further and trade-war trading concept with the purchase of raw materials for refinement and the purpose of re-exporting. Singapore also has a strategic port that gives it the advantage to compete compared to its neighbours who are conducting trade activities. Singapore is the busiest port in the world, overwhelming as Hong Kong and Shanghai. The official currency of Singapore is Singapore's dollars. GDP in 2017 are 329.91 billion US dollar, and GDP per capita in 2017 is 55,235.51 US dollars. The main industry is such as financial service, oil drilling supplies, and others. The export in Singapore increased to 43,711.94 million Singapore dollar in January 2019. The export goods is such as electrical machinery and equipment, machinery including computer, and others. The main export partner is Asian country, European, China, and others. The import of Singapore increased in February 2019 to 46,986.65 million. The import goods is such as electrical machinery, equipment, mineral foods including oil, and machinery including computers. The main import partner is Asian country, European, and North America.
Singapore's inflation rate in 2012 exceeded most analysts' expectations, climbing to 4.6% for that particular year. This figure is higher than the initial estimates of local economists, which were within the range of 2 to 3%. Bloomberg's new survey of 11 economists predicted 3% median estimates previously. Based on statistics of inflation in 2012, inflation in 2012 rose by 1.8% compared to 2010, but it is likely go down by 0.6% compared to the previous year. The highest CPI came in December with 97.71%. According to data released by Statistics Singapore, the rise was primarily caused by higher prices for housing and utilities, and recreation and culture. The main drivers of Singapore's high inflation today are domestic cost pressures, which stem from supply-side conditions. Imputed rentals on owner-occupied accommodation (OOA) have been increasing on the back of a tight housing market. However, imputed rentals on OOA have no cash impact on households who already own their homes. The increase in transport costs has been driven largely by the increase in Certificate of Entitlement (COE) premiums as a result of the lower supply of new COE quotas. The tight labour market in Singapore has also led to higher wages throughout the economy. When the cost of hiring a worker increases, businesses may charge higher prices for goods and services to offset the cost increase. As a result, the broad categories of healthcare, education, as well as recreation in the CPI have recently experienced price increase to some extent. Some economists have blamed the government for several decisions that have stoked inflation and called into question its policy of using the exchange rate rather than interest rates to control rising prices. Although Kit Wezang, an economist at Citigroup in Singapore, said that Singapore's rising inflation rate is due to a global increase in food and fuel prices. The spike in inflation has been self-inflicted, as it reflects cost pressures that are largely within the government's control.
Another cause of inflation is import price push inflation. This is the most relevant cause in Singapore. As a small and open economy with little natural resources, Singapore is heavily reliant on imports from other countries such as Malaysia or China. We export and import expenditure more than 3 times of Singapore GDP. This means that when the inflation rates in other countries are relatively higher, we will have to import them at relatively higher prices, which in turn will cause an increase in the price of the given baskets of the goods. Due to the inflation, government has taken several actions to control the economic government keep a close watch on consumer price developments from both imported and domestic inflations and undertake several measures to mitigate them. For example, the Monetary Authority of Singapore (MAS) control inflation by managing the exchange rate, which a stronger Singapore dollar lowers the cost of imported goods and vice versa. The Monetary Authority of Singapore (MAS) has allowed the Singapore dollar to appreciate so as to help mitigate higher prices of imported such as food and oil. To keep the cost of prepared food affordable, the National Environment Agency (NEA) intends to adopt management that can help keep the cost lower. For example, NTUC Food Fair, a social cooperative, was appointed to run the new Bukit Panjang Hawker Centre on a not a for-profit basis. In addition, NEA plans to add 10 more hawker centres across Singapore to provide affordable food options to Singaporeans. In addition, the Retail Price Watch Group (RPWG), headed by Senior Minister of State for Trade and Industry and National Development, Mr. Lee Yi-Shian, keep a close watch on any excessive price increase of food and other daily necessities. For non-prepared food, the RPWG has worked with supermarkets, wholesalers, hawkers and food courts to promote the availability of cheaper alternatives. Lee Hsien Loong, the Prime Minister, decided last year to raise the sales tax from 5% to 7% instead of gradually increasing the rates as suggested by Goh Chok Tong, the former Prime Minister and current head of the Monetary Authority of Singapore. Since then, the government has approved increases in electricity tariff, public transport fares, taxi rates and hospital charges, among other services. Housing rents have climbed sharply after a temporary shortage of accommodation since the government encouraged developers to demolish all apartment blocks and build a new ones in an effort to revive the depressed construction industry.
Welcome back to University TV. My name is Nur Shafura.
I am Umaira.
Today we will review about unemployment in Singapore. In Singapore, unemployment is typically higher in June because there is students on holiday look for vacation jobs. In this seasonal variation that happens every year. Frictional unemployment. This is happen when workers change jobs and when fresh graduates enter the labour market. There are always workers changing jobs regardless of the state of the economy. Cyclical unemployment is unemployment caused by business cycles. The easiest way to understand this is look at the oil and gas sector, which constitute about 5% of Singapore's gross domestic product (GDP). Singapore is one of the largest oil trading and refinery centers in the world. About 3 to 5 years ago, when oil price increased, the sector was booming and workers were enjoying fat bonus. But then when oil price decreased, workers in the sectors are being laid off. Structural unemployment. This happens when workers are displaced by fundamental and irreversible shifts in the economy. For example, there is a man who was a charcoal trader when traveling business in the Chinatown area in the 1950 and 1960. By the 1970s, people were moving to housing board flats and switching to water gas for cooking. The charcoal business died. He could not earn a living delivering charcoal, so he had to find other work. If workers cannot adapt as jobs in the economy change, structural unemployment will take root. Prime Minister of Singapore said Singapore jobless rate could increase further as economy restless with similar pressure seen in other developed countries, and note that unemployment increased last year and even with better growth in 2017. The government expects a steady trickle of redundancy as the economy continues to restructure. Economists told Channel News Asia that overall unemployment rate which stood at 2.3% as March of 2017. Pressures that such economy face include an aging workforce, technology change, and a global economy that has yet to completely shake off the ills of the 2008 global financial crisis.
How does Singapore government work hard to reduce unemployment? First, by creating new jobs. In order to create new jobs, the government will bring in new business and investment and upgrade existing companies. At the same time, the government is helping local small and medium-sized enterprises, both traditional and high technology, to upgrade themselves, go overseas, expand and build new capabilities. Next, by finding replacement jobs and upgrading. The government is also helping those who have lost their jobs to find alternative jobs, especially professionals, managers, executives, and technicians. One such sector is the offshore and marine industry. For its last week, the industry has lost about 30,000 jobs, while foreign workers were the first to be let go. About 1,000 local workers were let go last year, with another few hundred to lose their jobs this year. In order to improve the situation, they are working together to organize job fairs to help offshore and marine workers to find new jobs in aerospace and transport engineering.
And I will report on exchange rate policy. Singapore has adopted an exchange rate center monetary policy framework since 1981. The exchange rate regime that are used by Singapore is the intermediate regime that follow basket, plan and cross system, also known as BBC system. The Singapore dollar has officially been on a managed float by the Monetary Authority of Singapore, MAS, since June 1973 after the corruption of Bretton Woods system in the early 1970s. Managed float system is the current international financial environment in which exchange rates fluctuate from day to day. But central bank attempts to influence their country's exchange rate by buying and selling currencies to maintain a certain range. Under BBC systems, Singapore dollar is managed against undisclosed basket of currency of its main trading partners and competitors. The exchange rate float within a set of policy band, and it allows the currencies to crawl up or down instead of being the subject to sharp fluctuation. The city-state says that the monetary policy through exchange rate instead of interest rate. For the result, the inflation has been relatively low at 2% a year since 1980s. Next, the effect of exchange rate system to the import and export of the country. Policy prescription have generally assumed that the rate depreciation would stimulate export and curtail imports and vice versa. However, the prediction often neglected to consider the existence of the imports content of export, as well as the dynamic effect of productivity improvement. They seek to show empirically the significance of this factor in affecting the competitiveness of Singapore's export. Specifically, in presence of high content of import, export are not adversely affected by currency appreciation because the lower import prices due to appreciation reduce the cost of export production. In the case of Singapore, discretionary effect outweighs that of the effect of productivity case on export competitiveness. The service export, however, with a very low import content, tend to suffer from currency appreciation. That's all from Universal Channel. Thank you and have a nice day.